Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. And before we move forward, you know what time it is. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are all well wherever it is that you may be around the world. Like I always say, listen, we've got a lot to talk about. But before we move forward, I need you to smash that like button. Smash it. Smash the like button. Share on all your socials. Let's let people know we're live. We're going to open up the lines for you guys. We're going to talk about Lukaku. I've got some Koundé news for you as well. I'm going to delve into the Koundé news of today. We're going to talk a little bit later on about the Chelsea and Palace game as well. So you've got all that to look forward to as well. So please make sure you smash it and we move. Guys, how you doing? How are you doing? Let's go through the chat quickly while we're still letting people come in. Jem, blink twice that Christensen will win that Ballon d'Or. Here we go. Fator says, I hear Jem's going to be at the game tomorrow. Oh, he's getting crusty out banner. I was coming to the game tomorrow. However, I might not be able to make it now, which is frustrating because I wanted to come to the game. But I want to try and get to the Arsenal game. That's what I want to do. I want to try and get to the Arsenal game. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm going to score a hat-trick against Arsenal next weekend. Listen, Lukaku, I have got every faith in you that you will score a hat-trick, mate. You will score a hat-trick for Chelsea against Arsenal. Out of every team that he could have started up against, think of it like this, guys. He's coming up against Arsenal. Now, there's a lot of talk about him not being able to score against the big teams, and his first game is against a supposedly big team. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna delve into the Lukaku thing, and we're gonna go through all of what happened yesterday, the contract, the quarantine side of things, your views, what we feel about the deal now it's done, the relief, and then we're going to talk Koundé. There's a little bit of news that happened this morning on Koundé, which we're going to talk about as well. And then after Koundé, the lines will be open. We'll talk a little bit about the game over the weekend and what we're going to expect moving forward. Chelsea perspective is in the house. Big up to him as well. Big up to Chelsea fan. Beth's in the house as always, showing her support. I killed the like button. Chelsea perspective killed the like button, guys. Remember when you guys said Haaland was going to Chelsea? Oh, that space. Rams, we can still get Haaland. Do you really want me to go down this route right now? Chelsea have just bought Lukaku for £97.5 million. Once they sell Tammy Abraham for £40 million, they have made a sale of around £100 million. That covers the Romelu Lukaku is what I call him, signing to Chelsea. That covers it. We haven't spent any money. So what makes you think Chelsea haven't spoken to Dortmund about the proposal of maybe seeing him next season or talking to him next season? I know a lot of people go, yeah, but you can't sign two main strikers, Jim. It doesn't work like that. I agree. However, this is Chelsea. And Haaland's going to be going for 60-odd million next year. He's going to have so many people chasing him. I really think we could have a potential opportunity of getting him at the club. Why not? Why not? He will quarantine. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Chelsea fans, we smoke the Premier League is what Abdi says. Romelu Lukaku is what Original is saying. Do you still think we need to see him for cover? Shumeni? Yeah, I think Chelsea... I still think this. We still got things to do. We still got things to do, you know. We still got things to do. But yeah, it's. I can see a Shumeni. I can see someone potentially still coming in. I think we need it. I think we know that Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho is probably just not enough going into this season. We do need backup in them positions. So why not? Look at a Shumeni, for example, or someone of that caliber, you know. Lukaku, 40 million. Ha ha ha. I mean, well, that's what we're getting for him, right? Haaland is going to Bayern. We will see. That's not confirmed, but we will see. There's 31 of you here right now, guys. That means we should be at 30 likes. Smash the likes. We are 50 away from hitting 2.1k subscribers. Obviously, I can't get there unless you guys help me get there. So please help us get there. And please share on all your socials, Twitters, Instagram. Let's try and get as many new people to the GNA TV community. And yeah, we're going to move forward. I'm looking forward to this season with you guys. Honestly, we're going to have so much fun. Andreas is in the house. Big up to him. He says, what has Liverpool bought other than the injury-prone Koundé? Oh, God. You lot are beefing each other. You lot are beefing each other in the chat. Yeah, but Ram, come on, mate. Stop this. You know Chelsea have done good. Chelsea have done good. As much as you want to say Chelsea have done good with how they've spent their money anyway, and they always do. That's what we do. I think the perfect pairing for Lukaku would be Dusan Vlahovic. I keep hearing this guy's name. We're not getting Dusan Vlahovic, guys. We're just not getting him. It's not happening. We got more chance of just keeping Haaland, getting rid of Tammy, not keeping Haaland, keeping Lukaku, getting rid of Tammy, and maybe signing a Haaland next year. Come on, man. Yeah, we'll see. We're going to delve into the Lukaku news anyway. Let's do that. Jim, did you listen to what Don Hutchinson said on ESPN, that our defence is a problem? He doesn't think we can win the EPL. Did he watch Chelsea last season? Did he actually watch Chelsea play last season? We were strong. We were solid. We conceded fuck all. Do you know what I mean? Like, we were solid. What are people talking about, man? Devon, big up to you, my man. I'm well. I'm good. I'm happy to be with you guys Friday, you know, so going into the weekend. And yeah, I had to get this. Obviously, I couldn't get a stream done yesterday. You know, I was on other people's channels and then the news broke, etc. So today was my day to be able to spend time with you guys and talk about this not breaking news, but the news of Lukaku signing to Chelsea. The true test of Lukaku will come early within the first 7 games being saucy, is what Matty K is saying. Fair enough. More chance of getting Mbappe than Vlahovic. And that's Andreas saying that. Big up to Andreas as well. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. Hit that like button, like Chelsea fan is saying. Blue Lounge Mo is here. He's saying Dusan is Crouch 2.0. Oh, Mo. Mo's going in. I think we still need a midfielder unless Thomas Tuchel is keeping RLC. Beth, I agree. I think we do need a midfielder. We do need a midfielder. You know, I don't see Ruben staying still. You know, I think Chelsea may still spend money after Koundé. Well, we have got Koundé news. I will be bringing you Koundé news in a second. But I want to delve into the big news, which is Haaland. Haaland. Why do I keep saying Haaland? Lukaku. Might be one of them days. Lukaku. Right. So here he is. Man like Lukaku, guys. Confirmed yesterday to Chelsea that he is our player. Oh, it hasn't come up, has it? Oh, it has come up. I was thinking, why has it not come up? He's our player. Let's go through it. Chelsea have agreed to re-sign striker Romelu Lukaku for a club record of 97.5 million. So yes, that is a club record. However, that is still not the Premier League record, which Jack Grealish holds, right? Jack Grealish holds that Premier League record. So you know, let him hold that. Let him have the pressure. Lukaku's initial move from Anderlecht returns to Chelsea on a 5-year deal that sees him becoming the highest paid player at the club, earning 200,000 per week after tax, guys. So when people were saying, "Oh, Chelsea is spending 360 to 400k a week on Lukaku," it's not. It's more going to be anything between the 190s and around the 190s and around 220s, 230s, I'd say, after tax for Romelu Lukaku. Our highest paid player is Kante. Kante is Chelsea's highest paid player. Kante is Chelsea's highest paid player, guys. 1 second, sorry, my phone's just gone all mad. So just bear that in mind. The fee for the Belgian record goal scorer surpasses the 75.8 million paid for Kai Havertz last summer. And there was a little clip out here that we done, which I'm sure you guys see. And his response to it was, "I'm happy and blessed to be back at the wonderful club." Lukaku told the club website, "It's been a long journey for me. I came here as a kid who had a lot to learn. Now I'm coming back with a lot of experience and now mature. The relationship I have with the club means so much to me. As you know, I've supported Chelsea as a kid, and now to be back and try to help them win more titles is an amazing feeling. The way the club is going fits my ambitions perfectly at 28, and just coming off winning the Serie A, I think the opportunity comes at the right time, and hopefully we can have a lot of success," is what he's saying, a lot of success together. And I agree. Listen, since I left Chelsea, it's been a long journey with lots of ups and downs, but these experiences made me strong, and the challenge is trying to help the team with some trophies. I can't wait to start and help the team become successful. And then there's a little breakdown of Lukaku and his goal record, which we know is mad. He scored a lot of goals, wherever he's gone, really. And do you know what? The one thing I would say about him, and I'm going to leave him like that for now. He has got a lot to prove, and he comes back with a lot of people say a lot of pressure, but he comes back with pressure because he has something to prove, right? So he will come to Chelsea knowing that he has to score goals. Being Chelsea's in terms of Chelsea's highest paid player, he will be in terms of record fee, not highest paid player, sorry, because Kante holds that, but in terms of fees, it's big. It's big. Obviously, I think Thomas Tuchel has got a press conference coming on now as well, which is interesting stuff. I wonder if they talk about him, which they should do if Lukaku comes in. I don't think so. But at the end of the day, he's been brought into the club to score goals, and we're going to expect that. We're going to expect that massively. It's a big thing, and it's what we've wanted, right? It's what Chelsea have wanted. It's what we've been holding on for. I feel very relieved now that we've actually got it done in many ways. Got it done. I want to share this as well. Romelu Lukaku. There's a lot of talks about will he play against the Palace game? No, he won't. He won't be playing in the Palace game. The comment here. Where's he gone? Oh, I think I've crashed. I haven't crashed. Sorry, guys. I thought I crashed. Romelu Lukaku is not available for Chelsea's game on Saturday's Premier League opener versus Crystal Palace. No issues with the transfer. Blah blah blah. So, all being it well. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he'll be back for the Arsenal game, which doesn't surprise me really. We kind of knew that. There was a lot of talks about him only having one jab. He only had one jab, so initially he couldn't play. And I don't even know if he was double jabbed, if he could have played anyway. So I don't even know if he could have even made the bench for this. But in many ways, it's good that we've got him. We can beat Palace without him. We will be talking Palace later as well. Something that I want to get in with you guys, get your thoughts on as well. But we can beat Palace without Romelu Lukaku. Yeah, let's be serious. I'd rather have him play, on the bench and maybe come on 20 minutes in the game, get playing with the boys. But if it means that he's training in isolation, which he is at the moment, and he can then potentially come and play for the Arsenal game, I again don't think Tuchel plays him straight away. I don't think Tuchel will start him. I think you might see him come on later, depending on how the game goes, or if we need a goal, if we're struggling, etc., etc. But I think Lukaku will have some sort of influence in the Arsenal game, and it makes sense, doesn't it, really? Because all this quarantining crap that we've got going on at the moment, there's not much really that we can say in regards to that. But guys, there's 41 of you here right now, so please make sure you smash the like button. Let's try and get to 40 likes. The more likes we get, the more it gets shared across YouTube. So please make sure we do that. Subscribe to the channel as well. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you can. Lukaku and Werner is attack together. Well, it's going to be a mixture of things, Ultra. We're not going to only have Lukaku. We're not only going to have Werner and Lukaku. We're going to have Lukaku Havertz. We're going to have Lukaku Mount, Lukaku Pulisic, Lukaku Ziyech when he gets back. Obviously, we don't know how serious the injury is of him. Is my mic bad? Jem, fix your mic. Is there a problem? Can no one hear me? Can you guys not hear me? Will he play against the team in North London, Nippon? From what we understand, yes. I think that will be the case. The guy is experienced enough to deal with the pressure. This is it, if there is any. Yeah, and he's in the position now where he should be able to deal with pressure. You know, he's coming over at 28. He's not young. One of the things that people love about Lukaku coming to Chelsea is his age. You know, bring his age, he brings experience, and there's a lot of youngsters, especially in the attacking area of what we have. You know, no real experience when you look at it. Very young players, barring Ziyech, who's near enough the same age as a Lukaku. Then it is what it is. I'm joining Chelsea next summer. I don't want a new PSG contract. Oh my god. Bruno to out assist Sancho this season is what he's saying there. Fair enough. Big up to Couch Critic who's in the house. I hope you are well, my bro. I hope you are doing very, very, very well. Sancho is better than all Chelsea wingers, is what Abdi says. Abdi's obviously got to be a Manchester United fan, shall we say? A Manchester United fan, which is fine. Which is fine, my friend. If this is what you think, we will move with that. Manchester United Europa League losers is what the Warrior says as well. And yeah, guys, look, it's going to be interesting. I want your thoughts on Lukaku. How many goals does Romelu Lukaku have to score at Chelsea in the Premier League and in all competitions? I want to know your thoughts. So tell me. Tell me in the chat. How many goals does he need to score in the Premier League? And how many does he need to score in all competitions for you to be satisfied with what he's going to be doing at Chelsea? Let me know in the chat. Smash the like button, like Aaron says, while we were doing that as well. I did have one more thing to share with you guys, didn't I? No, I didn't. Got Koundé to talk about. Yeah, we have got Koundé news to talk about, which is the next thing. Obviously, Koundé is the next thing that we are going to be talking about. But I want to know your thoughts on what I just said, and I'm going to put it in here as well. How many goals will Lukaku score at Chelsea? How many goals? In Prem and all comps. In Prem and all comps. Let's go through it. So we have got 20 plus from Lil Shade. I hear that. We have a Man United fan being salty. At least 15 from Georgie. 20 in the Prem is what Aaron's saying in all comps. 25 to 30 for Couch Critic, which makes sense. 28 goals is what Chelsea perspective is saying. I'm assuming you mean in all comps, Chelsea perspective. Are you saying all comps he scores 28 goals? Okay. 20 minimum in the Premier League is what we're asking for here. Why are United fans getting salty in the chat? Come on, guys. We're talking Lukaku here. Around maybe 30 in all comps. 30 plus goals in all comps. So there's a lot of pressure from you guys. I'm reading it. There's a lot of pressure for Lukaku to score. Listen, I would just be happy if a high scoring league player has more than 7 this season. Listen, Beth, I can't really cheers you because this is water, but I agree with that. I agree with you on that. 100%. When Jorginho was your top goal scorer with 7 goals, anything better than that, man. Anything better than that, honestly. Premier minimum 18 and all comps 25 to 30. I hear that. 28 goals at least. Lukaku gives Martinez the best season of his life. He'll do the same for Werner, is what Beautiful Game thinks. He thinks that's going to be 44. Babby, come on, man. Babby. We do need Koundé, bruv. Don't get me started on Koundé. We are going to talk Koundé next, actually. Koundé is the next thing we're going to talk about because there is a little bit of news to get into. Lukaku is the biggest mess in the system. He will attract your defence and make the pace merchant score again. No, there's only one pace merchant, and that's Varane, mate. He's at Man United. That's the pace merchant. 25 goals in the Prem. 20 goals, 30, 35, 23, 25. Lukaku is a flop. Abdi, man, you are salty, bruv. You are salty, man. We got a salty fan in the chat, guys. 9-2 as a top goal scorer. That's not bad odds, you know. Like, there's a lot of people that are putting Lukaku as their top goal scorer. Do we think Lukaku can win the Golden Boot, guys? That'll be my next question. Can Lukaku win the Golden Boot? You've got Harry Kane, you've got Lukaku, you've got Mo Salah, you've got a potential Mane if he wakes up. You've got, who else you got really? Vardy, maybe. Danny Ings, now he's gone to Aston Villa. What do we think? Big up to you, Arpan. I hope you're well, my bro. I really, really do. 40 of you here right now, guys. You need to smash the likes. How many likes we got? I'm making me check the likes now. 42 people. How many we got? How many have we got? We've got 32 likes, guys. Let's try and push the 40 mark. Let's hit it. Let's get to that 40 mark. And like I said, we are 50 away from 2.1k subscribers. So please help us get there as well. Is Lukaku going to play in the next game? No, RP, unfortunately. Palace game, from what we understand, no. He's coming back for the Arsenal game and he will start then. Ronaldo left United because he didn't want to play for a small club. You guys are having it in the chat. If Kane doesn't go City, I think Lukaku can win it, is what Aaron's saying. So you think even if Harry Kane's at Spurs, he doesn't score that many goals, Aaron? Is that what you're saying, my bro? Is that what you're saying right now? Yes, he can, Jim, if you create the same amount as we did last season. I hear that. I do hear that. Right, let's revert because I want to talk a little bit because we are talking. We're 20 minutes in. We've spoke Lukaku. We'll come back to Lukaku in a bit, but I want to talk about other news. Jules Koundé. Jules Koundé's deal to progress next week is what we have heard this morning. Koundé outperforms most midfielders in certain stats. Last season, he's the type of defender that Tuchel likes. He'll offer a lot of progressiveness of our play, and I agree massively. You know, that is a good shout as well. Let's go to the news, right? Big up to Mr. Terry Flewers on the Football Terrace. If you don't know, make sure you go and follow him over there. You also get to see me on the Football Terrace as well. I'm on the terrace most of the times as well, guys. So make sure that you go and check them out. Chelsea will now start to progress their potential transfer for Jules Koundé. After the deal for Lukaku has concluded. Koundé has a 68 million release clause, but Chelsea is unwilling to meet the figure, and Sevilla no longer want to pay player in part exchange. Chelsea will appear willing to bid up to 50 million for Koundé, which I think's about right, you know. In terms of what they want from the deal, I think that's about right. Chelsea have prioritised a centre-back over a midfielder this summer, but Sevilla are being stubborn. They are stubborn. They are difficult to bargain with. Kurt Zouma has been suggested as a make-weight, failing to agree terms with West Ham over a move to the London Stadium. Sevilla are in no pressure to sell, thanks to Brian Gill move to Spurs, but Sporting Director Manouchi has confirmed Koundé could leave at the right price. Listen, and you can go and check that out on the Football Terrace because obviously he did come out with it. Dean Jones was on the Football Terrace today, explaining the Koundé update as well, which is quite interesting to know. And look, Chelsea have got the Lukaku the move done, and now we need to move on sorting out Koundé. Koundé's the next big thing that we need to sort out. I want him. He wants Chelsea. You know, like it's clear and obvious that he wants to play for us. So Chelsea needs to just get it done. You know, Chelsea really just need to get it done. Chelsea's press started. Be right back. Is it just started now? All right, cool. No worries. That's probably why. But let me know after, guys, what how the press goes, and come back here and let me know. But Koundé, I don't think we really need him. Give Trevor a chance, as well as Dejan Sterling. There's a reason why. There's a reason why we're getting Koundé in. And it's not just for that one position. This is what we need to understand as Chelsea fans. We're bringing him in because of the versatility that he offers. So if we're not going to get a central midfielder, which it seems like we're not going to do, then we'll use a Jules Koundé to cover not only the complete back of the defence, because he can play across, he can cover Rudiger, he can cover the central part, right centre back, whatever. He can actually play in midfield. He can actually sit as a DM. You know, progressively, he's good with the ball at his feet. He's comfortable with the ball at his feet. So you could push him higher up the pitch, you know, to do that in many ways, you know. So Chelsea don't need Koundé. Looks like they have too much money to spend. have too much money spent it, then we have too much. We have got money. We have got money, and I think we'll spend in the right areas. Lukaku moving it is slow. Even Harry Maguire can't catch him. Yeah, he won't catch him, mate. But no, Harry Maguire won't be able to catch Lukaku. Lukaku's too quick for him, Abdi. I don't know what game you're watching, mate. Chelsea. Jeb, why are we not talking about a new winger to replace Ziyech? He's going to be out for a minute. And do you trust Pulisic and Cho? Yes, because there's Mounts, there's Havertz, there's Pulisic, there's Cho. You know, we can rotate, guys. People keep forgetting that we can rotate. We can massively rotate the squad, you know. And yes, Ziyech is a big miss, and he was in form, but we have a good enough squad behind to create. Surely, you know, surely we have a good enough squad behind to create enough for him. Leicester signed Vestergaard 15 million. Did they really? That's first of here. Koundé has a buyout clause of 60 million, is what they're saying. 6 million euros, which is fine. If we're paying 50 million sterling, that's well enough, isn't it? We should get this done because Koundé wants Chelsea. This is the thing. Koundé wants to play for Chelsea, guys. Like, that is confirmed. Lukaku is in quarantine. Tuchel's confirmed. Is that what he's saying live now? I wish I could bring it up on here and we could watch it, but we're not allowed for copyright reasons, which is frustrating. Koundé and Chalobah will offer cover in DM/centre-back/right back. Would be amazing for the squad to have both players. Plus, who knows if Rudy will sign a new deal? I've seen reports of PSG/Real imminent. Yeah, you know. I agree massively, Luke. You know, Rudy will sign a new deal. I don't see Rudy going anywhere. I think he loves Chelsea. He's got the Chelsea bug, man. The way Rudiger plays, he plays with the badge on his heart. Like he's a top player. You know, he's a top player. Yeah, I can see you all arguing in the chat as well. Also, Cho, both Pulisic and Cho have an opportunity to make their chance. I agree. Listen, make sure we smash the like button, people. Still 35 of you here right now. So please make sure you keep supporting the channel as we appreciate that highly. I am going to put the link in the chat soon. I want to kind of watch this press conference. I'm annoyed that the press conference on and I'm not able to watch it, which is quite frustrating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. In many ways, it is what it is. So there you go, guys. There's the Koundé news. The Koundé news is Jules Koundé deal to progress next week, meaning Chelsea will probably look to lay an offer that potentially they will accept. And I hope we get it done. You know, I really still think we will get it done. There's been no talks of it crashing and not happening. So I think it's more of a waiting game for Chelsea to see if we can actually get him across to us as well. When Tammy goes, we'll have covered our spending, so we have plenty of funds to play with. Exactly. I agree, my man. I agree. I hope so, Jem. Rudy is the leader of the squad. We need him around. Luke, I see it. I see him. It's just why else would he leave a club that's winning things, bruv? We are winning things, and we've just signed Lukaku. We're now going for the Premier League. They've got so much going on at the moment that we could, so much good things going on at the moment that we need to look forward to. You know, as Chelsea fans, so who would want to leave the club? If anything, people would want to come to our club. You know, people should want to come to Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Like, people should want to play for Chelsea Football Club, my guy. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Why not? Let's keep it a bit open. I do want to talk Chelsea Palace. I want to know what your thoughts are for the game this weekend. How you feeling? Do you think Chelsea will get the job done? How many goals do you think we'll score? How many goals do you think we will score as well? Let's put the link in the chat for you guys. Do it. The link is there. We're half hour in. Like I said I'd give you guys your opportunity to come and have your say if you want to come in. So please let me know if you're doing that. Yeah, it is, unfortunately, and I'm live. So everyone seems to be watching the stream at the moment. So I can wait out. I'm sure after people can come over and let me know. Let us know what happened, man. Let us know what's going on. Aaron, big up to you, mate. How you doing?
No, I'm good. I watched a bit of the clip of the Tuchel press conference. He was just saying how much of a difference that Lukaku's going to make. He's going to be an aerial threat. He can score with his back to goal, all of that stuff. And then on Tammy, he said that they've still got a good relationship with the club, and he doesn't look like he doesn't think he might be going anywhere, but he probably will.
So what's your thoughts on it then? Do you think we're going to keep Tammy, or do you think he will
I
go?
think Tammy's going. I think he has to go. For him, if he looks at Lukaku coming in, like he's at the age where he needs to play he needs to get minutes. And if Lukaku's coming in for 97 million quid, Tammy has to get out for his own sake.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, we haven't got many strikers. All right, Havertz and Werner can play as backup, but I would be surprised if we keep Tammy Abraham. But Tammy Abraham could learn from a Lukaku in many ways, because I feel like Tammy Abraham's in the position where maybe Lukaku was at that age, where he was scoring goals, but he didn't really have, he didn't really have the guidance. And now, like a Lukaku who's been in that position, who understands it, can maybe come in and maybe influence him, maybe give him a bit of a, give him a bit of a kick up the arse and a bit of an awareness in many ways. But we have got Matt here. Matt, what are you saying, bro?
Hey, Jen, big up, man. Yeah, I mean, to answer that question about Tammy, man, I see him 100% going. And as you said, we really don't have strikers in the situation. Werner, is reportedly a striker, have a striker, but they're just not strong enough. And we've seen that from the Villarreal game. So definitely see Tammy leaving. If it's not now, it's in the next couple of weeks. But Lukaku coming in, obviously, is going to make a difference, as Tuchel said. And yeah, bring on Palace, man. It's going to be a fantastic game.
Do you think we have a good enough squad? Obviously, we do. But do you think we should be beating Palace without a Lukaku? Because I see a lot of Chelsea fans in a bit of a meltdown saying that, we need Lukaku now, not later. Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, we're the champions of Europe. Of course, we can beat Palace. Are you serious? Palace, they're a fantastic team, but they're not that big of a team, if you know what I'm saying. So I feel like we could start a lot more of our stronger defenders. Example, Silva, possibly Reece James, but our attack can stay exactly the same. We still got a fantastic attack. This is Crystal Palace we're talking about. So I think we can obviously going to win this game. There's no doubt about we're going to win, but I don't know why people are so stressed about this. It's Crystal Palace. We have a fantastic team, and Lukaku come in when we play Arsenal.
I hear that. Shameless Tammy wearing a number 9 shirt. That is too big for him now. I mean, nah. I actually prefer Lukaku not to have that. I mean, what would you guys prefer? Do you want Lukaku to have the number 9, or are you happy with him having the number 18? Because the number 18 was his shirt, wasn't it, originally?
Yeah, so, I don't actually mind. I don't mind him keeping number 18, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, he could have the number 18, but I love to see him in a number 9 shirt. Just the number 9, Lukaku, the main man. But again, if he's in 18, I'm not going to be pressed about it.
I just wanted to say something. Do you think players like Havertz will start tomorrow because how he played 120 minutes? He looked dead after the game.
I see him starting.
Yeah, I think he's got no choice.
Yeah,
I think Mason Mount will come in. You might see Mount, Werner, Pulisic. Let's not forget that. You might see a Mount, Werner, Pulisic, but I've got a feeling Tuchel may ask him to play. And then it might be him, Werner, and Mount. That's what I'm thinking. I think it might be Havertz, Werner, Mount as a combination.
What I'm thinking now is I don't actually think he's going to start Havertz. I think he'll bring him on, and as you said, I think he'll play Werner, Pulisic, and a Mount. So I don't know.
I think Tuchel knows that he can't put Werner up in the number, the striker spot by himself. I think he needs to be beside someone Lukaku. So I think he's going to force him to play this game and then rest him for Arsenal when Lukaku could come in.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, what a game to start, hey? He's starting a game against Arsenal, which is a game that people say that he struggles to score against. What are you expecting? You think Tuchel will throw him straight in, or do you think he'll bench him and bring him in later? What are you saying?
I mean, go on, Aaron.
No, I was going to say, I think he's going to start the Arsenal game. I think he has to. Because I don't think, if Kai plays against Crystal Palace, I don't think he'll play against Arsenal. Vice versa. And I think Lukaku has to start then, if Kai's not playing.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because Lukaku come in, Kai will be a bit tired. But this is Arsenal. They're a top 10 team. Again, they're in the Big Six, but they're not in the best form right now. So I think Lukaku come into a perfect match, obviously, to start. Not too big, but not too small.
I get that, and I think I think we have to be aware that he's here and whatever, but maybe not rush him into it. You know, if he needs a bit of time to train with the boys, get used to what we want and require from him. I know he's an experienced striker, and he should just be able to adapt quick enough. But I think we might need to give him like a game or two just to pick up. You know, get his form going, and maybe he won't need to. Maybe he'll just go and start banging goals for fun. Do you know what I mean? Who actually knows what's going to happen? Do you know what I mean? But Josh is with us. Josh, how you doing, man?
What's up, guys? Big up, everyone.
Hey,
What
man.
are we saying, Josh, about Lukaku and the potential of him starting against Arsenal? Do you think it will go straight in, or do you think he'll just be slowly bedded into the squad?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm still a little miffed about how he's got a quarantine. I don't understand the rules exactly on that, but I think he'll for sure start Arsenal. He has to. Yeah, I agree with Aaron, Matt. Like, if he's healthy, he goes straight in. He'll have had some training time at that point with the team, and there's no way he doesn't start that. I would be super surprised.
In terms of the contract itself, obviously it's a 5-year deal. We're looking at around just under 200k, maybe just a bit more after tax a week for him. Do you think Chelsea have done well in terms of the negotiating side of getting Lukaku to us, or do you think we've paid a bit too much for him?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be both answers, to be honest with you. I think we're between a rock and a hard place as far as striker targets go. So you're gonna have to pay a little bit. You're gonna have to pay a little bit more in that scenario, just because your options are limited. But I do think, given the circumstances, they got a great deal. Considering, a couple of weeks ago the man was considered untouchable. So the fact that they were even able to get him in at a price where, once Tammy is sold, you basically got him for nothing with outgoing sales. You've improved your team without selling any of your big players. That, to me, that's a Marina masterclass. You've gotten rid of academy players and a couple of deadwood pieces, and you brought in somebody who's going to improve your team. So for me, it's a great deal. But did we pay too much? Maybe, but at the same time, top 5 strikers don't come available that often. So
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Go on, Aaron.
I was just going to say, it's the same point, to be honest, because we needed a world-class striker. They wanted more. They wanted about 130 million euros. We managed to get it down to 115, and that's how much you're going to have to pay for world-class strikers now. So I think we actually got a good deal, to be honest. The best we can get.
Yeah, and I think they were willing to pay a little bit more for like an Erling Haaland. They were probably willing to pay 150, 170 for him. But, again, Lukaku's to come in right away, probably a better option, to be fair. And to get him at the price they got him, it's good business. It just is.
This comment here that's just come out, I mean, it's 63 of you here right now, so please make sure you smash the like button for GNA TV, subscribe to the channel as well. This comment here that's just come out under the press conference that's on at the moment, Tuchel, we tried both Haaland and Lukaku, and we wanted Robert Lewandowski as a number 10 behind. He's just taking the piss, isn't he? But he said, unfortunately, the ball didn't listen. We only have Romelu. Messi, yes, of course, we missed a lot of opportunities. So basically, I thought that was quite funny, actually. Basically just to say we wanted them all, but we end up getting Lukaku. What a shame, do you know what I mean, sort of thing. But listen, I think he looks happy. I think he's in a good mood. I think he's he's probably. I actually think that. Yeah, I think Lukaku might have been his first choice. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it was Haaland, or do you think it was Lukaku that Tuchel wanted? I think
it was Haaland.
I think it was Haaland too. See, this is one of those statements that has a little tiny bit of truth in it. Like, he's joking around, obviously, because he's happy they got Lukaku, but there's a little hint of truth in there. Like, yeah, I would have preferred Haaland. Like, it's one of those things that, yes, I wanted Haaland. Yeah, Messi would have been cool. I'm sure he wanted Lukaku over Lewandowski just because of the age difference and things like that. But it's one of those, like, complete jokes, but there's a hint of truth in there a little bit. Like, Haaland is probably the guy I would have wanted originally, but nobody in the world is going to be upset that Lukaku is your striker.
I would have actually liked Lukaku more than Lewandowski, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would have had
definitely.
Haaland, then Lukaku, then Lewandowski. Kane would have been first over Haaland for me, but obviously,
Let's
I don't
ask the
think.
viewers as well while we're at viewers. Who I know we've got Lukaku, but what was your ideal preference for striker from between Haaland, Lukaku, Lewandowski, and Harry? Should we put Harry Kane in it? No, he wasn't. He wasn't really a player that we were going to get. Was
No, he would have been my
Let's-
first though.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, Jen,
Haaland,
that's some breaking
Lukaku.
news. Sorry.
Go on.
Go on, Jen. Sorry, go on. No, I was gonna say that's some breaking news with ZH right there. It's 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, that's breaking news. Not 4 months, but go on. That was just some breaking
2
news
to
that was
3
just
weeks.
turned
What?
out.
Hakim Ziyech is 2 to 3
Yeah.
weeks injured.
Is that
All right,
it?
there
I
you
thought
go,
it'd been
guys.
much more.
Oh, thank God.
Guys,
Oh.
you heard it in the chat. 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. Ziyech will be
Yep.
out. What was it? Who confirmed that? Tuchel.
Yeah, he
Tuchel
did it.
said
He
Yeah.
talked about it in the press conference.
Yeah.
Yep.
As
So,
confirmed
absolutely. Yep.
by Tuchel. Let's put that in there. Just put it in there. I can see David's in the chat with his agendas. Here we go. David, where are you, my man? Where are you? What did he just say?
Yep.
He said Ireland.
Yeah, for me, Jim, it would have been Haaland, Lukaku, Kane, Lewandowski. That's probably the three I would have preferred. I like Harry Kane.
Haaland.
Harry Kane obviously scores goals in the Premier League, but you're going to be without him for like 3 or 4 weeks throughout a season. Just so that would have been mine. Haaland, Lukaku, Kane, Lewandowski.
Haaland, Lukaku, Kane, Lewandowski. All right, fair enough. I'm just trying to see what everyone else is saying. Haaland, then Kane, then Lukaku. So I preferred Haaland to Lukaku, but Lukaku is also a very good deal under the circumstances, is what Kawasi says as well. Yeah, look, I think they're all good options. I think Lewandowski would score you goals, though, right? Now, surely he would
No
still
question.
come and bang. You know, he's the guy still scoring 40 plus odd goals in Bayern Munich, you know, so
Yeah.
at the age that he's at. So, you know, you can't not look at him. Do you know what I mean? He's a top player. But anyway, Lukaku is our player. So this is the player we're talking about. Lukaku is our player. And listen, I want to ask you guys a question. I don't know. I don't know if I've asked you this yet, but Golden Boot for this year for the Premier League. Do we believe that Romelu Lukaku can get the Golden Boot?
I think
Yeah, I think he's gonna have every chance to get it.
Definitely. I think he has every chance. I think him or Kane, but I always get a backup players for sure. I definitely see Lukaku getting it.
Yeah, he's gonna have the most opportunity, I think, to get it up, to have it on our team. So it's just
he'll
gonna
be
be up
taking
to him.
penalties. Like if he takes penalties, then I think for sure he'll be getting Golden Boot.
Guys, 150 of you here right now. Please make sure you get us to 100 likes, guys. Please make sure you get us there. And we've got Fata here as well, warming up. I don't know what he's warming up for, but he's warming up. You're warming up for the season, bruv. What's going on?
It's not too bad. I'm still a bit, you know, jet lag, even though it's an hour flight. But yeah, man.
So tell us.
Is that what we're calling it, Father? Jet lag?
Father jet lag, yeah, do you know what I mean?
Jet lag. Belfast is like an hour away. How are you on jet lag?
I know it's just my back's always hurt sometimes, you know. Probably I drink a lot.
We're talking about Lukaku. Can he get the Golden Boot, mate? Can he get the Golden Boot this year?
I think he can, but will he? You know, that's a question.
Did he actually say this? Sorry, mate. Did he actually say this? No Ziyech, no Kante, no Lukaku, no Havertz for the game.
There was something with Kante. There was something like they said issues.
Yeah,
that
absolute
Kante
Chelsea
with the club.
tweet out about Kante. He said,
yeah, they have issues or something, but I don't know what issues.
Someone try and find me these issues because I want to bring them up because we are talking about the game on the weekend as well, guys. So please make sure you continue smashing the likes. But I want to. Tuchel wants Chelsea to overcome their obstacles.
It was a bit further down.
I mean, this is the game where you can rest him if you need. If he has even a little bit of a feeling, you can rest Kante in this and play George and Kova.
Yeah, and N'Golo Kante has some issues with which he needs to sort out. Yeah, it's right there. There you go. Yeah, N'Golo Kante has some issues with at Chelsea. Needs to sort out. Thomas Tuchel confirms. So where did the Havertz one come from? Where did we know Lukaku, so no Havertz.
Havertz
He played 100.
Yeah,
he played 120 minutes, Jem. I mean, that's a tough turnaround.
So who's going to be our front line then, guys?
Wait, just quickly, Jem.
Sorry,
it's more of an injury regarding Kante, so nothing personal. It's just more of an injury.
So there you go, guys. More of an injury already, man. Kante's not even started the season. He's already got. I hope it's a slight injury. Did he confirm it wasn't a major injury? Did he just say it was?
I just saw someone send the comments that Tuchel said it was more of a minor injury.
That's good. That's what I wanted to hear, man. Blimey hell.
See, and Gola's the kind of guy too. If he even feels a little something, he'll tell the gaffer before he gets hurt. So it's probably just a precautionary thing. Palace is a good game for him to miss. Have him ready next week if he's feeling up to it. But Havertz, 120 minutes, man. That's a big turnaround for him. So I would think probably Mount, Pulisic, Werner up top.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I mean, Mount Pulisic, Werner. Yeah, it's going to have to be. We've got no choice. We've got no
Havertz, I think he's just tired. He played like 120 minutes, man.
Does
But
Reece
wouldn't you want to
James
force him?
go on?
You know, because then wouldn't we want to force him this week and then rest him next week for Arsenal? Because I don't know. I don't see Werner playing there.
This is my question to you guys, because obviously Lukaku's not going to be able to. He's going to have to come straight in if we've got these people, in and out already. So, Reece James comes back in. Ben Chilwell comes back in.
Yeah.
And then say Mason Mount comes back in, and a Jorginho comes back in now. That's four players that haven't played any football really, all playing in the Premier League for the first game. Do we worry about that? Is that a problem for us?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I said I don't think this game, it's going to be a low block game. I don't think this is a game that's going to be an easy win by any means. I do think we get a point or a win out of this, but it's not going to be easy. That's just too much going on right at the beginning of the season with us, incomings and outgoings and injuries and new guys coming in. Like, it's just a lot of movement right before the season. I still back us to win the game because I think we have a deep enough squad to do that. But you're going to be without a couple of key guys.
Well, guys, go on, mate. Go on.
No, you're good.
Now, I was just going to say quickly, I just want to confirm because there's over 200 people in here right now. There will be no Kante, there will be no Havertz, there will be no Lukaku, and there will be no Ziyech. They're the four players that Thomas Tuchel has confirmed will not be playing on the weekend against Crystal Palace. Obviously, we've got squad depth, right? So the squad depth is there, so we shouldn't really be worrying too much about it. Couch Critics joined us as well, bro. How you doing, my man?
So, fellas, what's going on?
Hey, Couch, man.
What's your thoughts on the Tuchel news of obviously all the injuries? Number one, no Kante, no Havertz, no Ziyech. No, who else we've got?
Sure.
Someone else as well. So, what's your thoughts on all this, mate?
Man, it's just a tough way to start the season, right? Just not 100%. Got a few guys. And, it's so funny because, the last game I was saying that the rotation would be the easiest to solve just in terms of, the attackers. And, going into the weekend, I thought we'd have a little bit more selection problems. But it looks like the lineup's going to pick itself again just due to injury, which is not the greatest, but I mean, we got to take our time and make sure that everyone is, fit and healthy for the duration of the season, not just 1 and 2 games. So, I mean, the Conte one came out of nowhere. It's a bit of a surprise because we are really thin in midfield, and it might actually call for, I guess it'd be Jorginho and probably Kovacic, who played a lot of minutes, right? And perhaps bring in I don't
Ruben
know. Does Ruben come in? Who does he come in for? I guess he comes in for Kovacic at 60 or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
Thomas Tuchel's come out with this, hasn't he, as well? So he says, Thomas Tuchel says no decision on team selection has been made yet. Some will play 60, 70. Some will play pushed over the line to play the full 90 minutes. Time will be taken to discuss the decision. So he's really got a test of trying to balance the players that he plays over the weekend, because obviously we've got a couple of injuries already, right? So, I mean, go on, Couch. What are you going to say, man?
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm not against Ruben playing. It depends on what situation we're in the game. I love Ruben as a player, but obviously he's much more effective as an 8, sort of 10 as opposed to a 6. So if he comes in there, I would hope that the game is comfortable for us at that point. But aside from that, what attackers do we have left right now? It's just really Pulisic, Mount,
It's
Callum.
going to be
and
Pulisic, Werner,
Werner.
and Mount.
Yeah.
That's all we got. Pulisic,
Have
Werner,
to be,
Mount. Who
yeah.
else is going to play?
Yeah,
and then
Callum will
Havertz.
probably get pushed. Callum will
Havertz.
probably get pushed back into an attacking role as a substitute in this.
Right.
Yeah,
That
well,
makes sense.
Havertz is on the bench. Is what we're saying here. So
I could
he's
see
not-
Werner and Pulisic playing 90 in this game.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, Couch, too, but to be fair to Ruben, when he's been asked to play a 6 in the preseason this summer, he's looked pretty good, given the circumstances. I mean, I know when Bakayoko is your holding midfield partner, it's tough on anybody, but in a few games that he played there, he looked pretty solid. So I would trust him for 25, 30 minutes if he's asked to play that.
No, I agree. I agree 100% there. The times that he had played there, he didn't look completely out of place. I'd say the second game was better than the first, but I mean, it's a lot to ask first game in the Prem in a while to just be deputized at the 6 where he's not necessarily comfortable. But if that's what it calls for, that's what it is, right?
I agree. Listen, guys, there's 204 of you here right now. We're about 20 away from 100 likes. Please make sure you get us to 100 likes, guys. There's 200 here. We should be at 100 already. So smash the like button for Lukaku. Smash it for him. Yeah, let's get up to 100 likes. Subscribe as well, because we're literally another 30 away from 2.1k subscribers. So let's try and get that on the stream, guys. Please help us get there if we can. Yeah, we've got someone at the back. We've got TCFC in the back as well. I think he's trying to. T, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm good and you?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. What was it you'd like to say, mate?
I'm so happy about the press conference of Thomas Tuchel, especially when he said doesn't need to sign a lot of players. He said he's protecting his group of players. That's a great man.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That was well said.
You couldn't have said it any better, to be honest. When do we play Arsenal? What day is it we play Arsenal? Which is what? What day?
I'm looking right now. That's Sunday, next Sunday, or no? That's in 2 weeks.
No, it's next week.
It's got to be next week, isn't it?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Yeah. Yep.
Next Sunday, yeah. So we've got a whole next week of training, no games in between that, nothing. Yeah. So after the Palace game, it's just a straight up. We can just train and whatever. That works for me in terms of Lukaku players getting back in. So that's actually done us a bit of a favour because I thought it was back to back now. You know how consistent our games were last season, where they were just aggressively like every 3 to 4 days, and I think this is good knowing that we've got this time, especially with what's going on. Obviously, Ziyech is confirmed to be out for up to 3 weeks, is what Thomas Tuchel's told us as well. So no Ziyech, but at least it was saying 3 months. But yeah, go on.
Just saying that, guys. Do you think Tammy will start tomorrow? A lot of people saying let's start Tammy. Do we start Tammy? I don't see it. I genuinely don't want him to start.
No chance.
No.
He might. I don't know. He might get minutes, but I don't see him starting.
You could probably come. That's why if Havertz starts, then I can definitely see Tammy probably coming on if Havertz gets really tired. But I don't want him to even play. I don't think he should play.
No.
No, I hear that. I do hear that, my man. What do you think of Tammy Abraham then, guys? I want to talk about him because obviously Tuchel said that he's in the press conference that he's happy with him. Like he has no problems with him and whatever else. Like as if to say, like, he could, not say he's staying, but that there's no issues in the camp, no issues in the squad with him. He just gets on with it. So, is he still going? Is there a chance that he may even stay? Do you think he should stay because Lukaku's there and he can maybe learn from him? Like, what do we do with him? What's the situation?
I think so, Salah, man. Like, I think Tuchel, he's definitely a fantastic person. Like, obviously, he'll keep his calm, he'll be professional about it. But I think when it comes to leaving, I think he will make his own decision and it'll be better off to play in Roma. Honestly, he's the starting 9. He can play every game there, get confidence in Serie A and then choose career somewhere. But I don't see him staying. I don't want him to stay either.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. What about you? What about the rest of yours? Tammy staying, not staying, from what you've heard?
If he stays, he said like, I want to stay in London. If he does, why not Arsenal making a move on him? Oh yeah, they haven't got the money. West Ham. So the question is, if he wants to go to West Ham, How much do we sell him for?
Mm.
And also,
40 million.
might be Brentford's probably not possible.
I don't
Palace,
need him.
I'm not too sure either. I would say on loan because no one in the Premier League would like to buy him. You know,
But
You
Roma
can't.
interested
The
in
only
him.
thing about loan. The only thing about the loan
Roma.
is,
You said Roma is interested. There's still
Yeah,
nothing
40 mil.
radio silence afterwards.
yeah,
It's
that
just
seems the most likely.
rumors.
The only thing about the loan is like we have to get him signed again, right? Because you can't just let him go on loan and then his contract runs down, right? So
You got to, sorry guys, I've got something driving past and it's so loud. I had to mute for a second. I don't know what it is.
You're good. You're good.
So annoying.
I don't think we could hear it.
Chelsea striker Tammy Abraham is now open up to a potential move to Roma. Reports from Corriere dello Sport as well. So there's still talks of him potentially going to Italy. My thing with Tammy Abraham was, what does he want? Because I thought he would want to stay in England. Like, what would want him to go? So maybe like an
We want to
Arsenal.
stay in London, to be more precise, Jen.
Well, then, like, Arsenal haven't been doing much with the Madisons and whatever else, from what we understand. Why are they not? If they might be. I don't know, but why are they not throwing money at someone like Tammy Abraham? Surely they will be.
I think Tammy needs to get his priorities straight. What's important to him in his career? Does he want to become a better player and play games, or does he want to live in London and live a certain sort of lifestyle? Because if he wants to get better and play games and improve his game, he should go to Italy. If he thinks he's going to go to Arsenal and get better, I don't see it.
Yep, totally agree.
Lukaku ends his quarantine on Monday. Is it Tuesday?
It's got to be 4 or 5. It's got to be like a 4 or 5 day quarantine, right?
Well, we don't know how long he's been here, though. That's the problem. They're saying that he's been training and he's been, at Cobham and everything so far. So how long has he actually been here? I don't even know. So we'll have to see. But big up to Zubi as well as his show support. Smash the like button. We're 2 away from 100 likes. There's 200 people here. Let's get to the hundreds, man. 205 of you. 100 likes, guys. Come on, let's do it. Also, subscribe. We're literally not far away now. 15 away, I think it is, from 2.1k. So let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, I think Tammy has to go, man. I think for his own progression, it would be good for him to go. But at the same time, I think having a Lukaku around him, who you could think that was maybe in the same position as him at his age, where he was scoring goals, but there was a lot of criticisms about him. People didn't really like him, this, that, and the other. Maybe he could learn a lot from a Lukaku as well at the same time. So I don't know. I'm quite still open to it, to be honest. And maybe we still need backup there. Can we rely on Havertz, Werner? Is that enough going into next season? Havertz and Werner as backup for Lukaku?
Yes.
Yeah.
absolutely.
That makes me feel sick. That does. I don't even want to see that in my. That makes me. That made me
Yeah. Come on, Jem. Don't do this. It's Friday, Jem. Don't ruin everyone's weekend by putting that stuff on the board.
It's Friday the 13th, man. Come on.
Do we think?
I guess it is. I just felt like
Yeah. Do we think Rudiger's going to sign a new contract? Is this people still thinking that he may not do that? Are we worried, or how are you feeling about that?
Surely he signed a contract. I mean, he just won 2 trophies. I think it'll be, and Koundé coming in as well, and another defender if he comes. I think he should definitely sign a contract now.
I hope he does. I'm growing increasingly concerned that he's looking elsewhere. I would hope he would have the respect for the club to have told them prior to this deadline that he wants to leave, so that we could at least try to sell him. But it would be a real shit move on his part to leave on a free after all the club has done for him in the last year and a half, 2 years. But hopefully he'll sign a new deal. We'll see.
No Lukaku or Havertz or Kanté or Ziyech for tomorrow's game. I know, Aaron, we've just seen that. Should Chalobah be sold to Roma? What's your thoughts on that, guys? There's a lot of talk around Chalobah as a player. There's a lot of people saying, we don't need Koundé, we've got Chalobah. Tell me, how are you feeling about the Chalobah thing?
No, I mean, I said it on my own stream. I just think he's the kind of guy that really needs a loan just to cement a position for himself, give himself some real minutes in a competitive league, of course, and then come back into the squad. I think he has a future at Chelsea without doubt, but without having a lot of minutes. And right now he'd probably be 4th or 5th choice in a lot of roles. So without having the games, the reps, the repetitions. I think he needs to go on loan and just cement a space for himself, and then come back into the squad after that.
Yeah, I'd say, Jem, like if the world was fair, nobody's earned a spot more than him this summer. He's really, I think he's really done a great job to earn a place. Unfortunately, I think Kurt Zuma is probably not going to go. So if Kurt Zuma doesn't go and they bring in Koundé, then he's sort of the odd man out. And I think a loan, like Couch said, a good loan would be good for him. I would love to see him re-sign him and loan him, one of those kind of deals, extend him and loan him. And then if you can move on from Zuma next year in January, then you can do that. But I still would prefer to have Koundé in the team just for the stuff that he brings. But Chalobah has done a fantastic job this summer, and he really, really has earned a spot.
Yeah, I see Chalobah, going on loan, maybe possibly get some fitness, get some professional game time, and then come back in a couple of years in time. But yeah, Koundé coming in is definitely exactly what we need. But yeah.
But they should do an extension before they loan him. I think they should make it known to him, hey, you're part of this future of this team. Tuchel and tell him, I really love what you did during the preseason. You've done a great job. My hands are sort of tied on this one, but you are part of the future. So we'd love to extend you for 3 or 4 years and then send you on a really strong professional loan. I think that would be the best case scenario for him.
Like a Livramento sale, or just what do you mean? Just like get him a contract and then loan him like we do with Salah, extend the contract.
Give him Chelsea. Yeah. He gets a 4 or 5 year extension with Chelsea, and then he goes on maybe a Premier League or a Championship loan for the season.
Yeah.
Apparently the game isn't on TV tomorrow, though. It won't be. I don't think it's at 3 p.m. kickoff, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
it's on Peacock here.
Feel about the one in the UK. Cannot watch it again. Just go get search in the website. There should be a lot.
Yeah, I do agree. Central midfield issue. Still here, still talking about it. Do you still see Chelsea getting someone in before deadline day of the transfer, or
I would hope so, man. With Kante going to be out probably at least like 2 weeks, I reckon. I think we do have to go all out for a midfielder, like a couple of candidates, Boubacar Kamara, Chouameni. Then you got the Basmati.
Do we trust Chelsea to do that though, Fatah? That's my question really. Will they go and buy a central midfielder, or do they buy a Koundé knowing that they can utilise him a bit everywhere and cover that area if we lose a Kane like we have now, etc.? What do you think?
I think they might go Koundé first rather than midfield. You're right, and I'm not sure, man. It's a bit 50-50 at the moment because how much that we spend this window anyway? 115, nearly 100 million pounds, and the board thinking like if we're gonna challenge again next season, they have to at least spend on a couple of players that we might need, because you get some of these players will get injuries for sure at certain point of the season, and if the board fulfill the fans the way that the fans asking the board to do, if the board fulfill it, like if we get so many, that could be massive for this team. And Koundé as well.
Yeah,
it's just like I feel like the Lukaku transfer is kind of like, okay, we get what we need. The other one might be maybe either Koundé or Chouameni. Regardless, the other one's just RT on the cake. If we have to play, that's like the cherry on top. Simple.
Yeah. And the thing is, we've got the money, right? We've still not spent much, really, when you think about the sale. Once we sell Tammy, we've still got money there. All right, we might have to buy Koundé for 50 odd bags, but that's not a lot of money to spend on a Koundé. And then you can still go and spend a bit of money to go and just fill an area which we need to fill in terms of a central midfielder or even a winger. Some people are saying wingers now. Like, what do we do? What would you do?
I think this team desperately needs a creative midfielder. like a Tchouaméni. It's really lacking. If you watch the Sevilla game, I mean we've got midfielders who can carry the ball, but when it comes to creativity and picking out a pass, it's really thin. I would love to see them go get a Tchouaméni and get somebody who's has the ability to create from the midfield.
Well, what about
Because right now,
Ruben?
in my opinion, it's really lacking. Right?
But yeah, I think this Kante is a wake up call as well.
Yeah.
But you keep going on,
Yeah.
Josh.
Facts.
I think
Yeah.
this wake up call here, and Couch, you just said Loftus-Cheek. I don't see him possibly being the primary person who can create chances, and I think that's why Tchouaméni is definitely signing. And I think Simon Johnson or one of them said that we're signing 3 strong players this season, and it was Lukaku, now we're getting Koundé. Could have been one other one. So
I mean, that what they say and what actually happens is always in stark contrast as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned. But like,
Yeah.
regardless,
true, yeah.
like I still think if we're looking for a creative midfielder, I don't think that we should be looking past Ruben at this point, just because
Now we need a destroyer.
that's exactly what I'm saying. If we're gonna get a midfielder, it has to be somebody that's gonna be able to like deputize for Conte, or work with him, with Jorginho coming out. But yeah, I just think an all-around midfielder would be great, but I don't know if it's gonna happen this window. Let's just be honest.
yeah, I think there's enough time. Honestly, maybe in the winter, but this Kante. I mean, again, I think it's a wake up call. And I think we definitely need to get someone. But Koundé could be that senior if we need to. But I think definitely this season or next window we got to get a midfielder.
Hello, David. How you doing, mate?
I'm all right.
What's
Hello,
happening?
David.
What are you saying?
I'm good.
So tell us, no Havertz, no Ziyech, no Kante, and no someone else. Can't even think off the top of my head now. Someone else as a full player.
Ziyech.
Obviously, Tuchel's game tomorrow is going to have to be a bit of a balancing act, isn't it? Trying to get the players, because some players are coming in that haven't played any games. Chilwell, Reece James. Like, how do you feel about it all?
It's probably the one game you can get away with because it's Crystal Palace and it's Patrick Vieira in charge, and he's not exactly known for being a tactical tactician. So
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. We should be okay. So yeah, I'm not too worried.
Obviously, we've got the news on Ziyech as well. Ziyech actually only been out for 3 weeks, which is good news because there's a lot of people saying that it could be 3 months.
I mean, I don't get how you've got that. That would make any sense. Like, I literally said on the terrace, like it would be like a 2-3 week injury because it looks like all he's done is dislocated his shoulder. That's it. He was walking around fine. He held the trophy, so it wasn't like he broke something. So I didn't think it would be a long injury. So it doesn't shock me.
Are you cool with the whole Lukaku thing? Him not starting against Palace and maybe playing against Arsenal as well?
No, because we all know my position on Lukaku. Again, he was, and this is one thing that people I don't think understand about my argument. I'm not saying he's an awful striker. All I'm saying is he's going to have to do an awful lot to be worth £100 million. That's my only problem with it. He will score loads of goals. Is he going to score enough goals to bridge the gap from us being in third to us being in first? I'm not so sure. If you're £100 million, you've kind of got to be that person. So that's my whole thing of, is he worth £100 million? I don't have a problem. I don't think he's an awful striker. I think this is what people think. People think because I don't think he's worth it, I think he's bad. No, he'll be good. However, he's 100 mil. So even because of quarantine, obviously he can't play tomorrow, which is fair enough. However, when he does come in, he's got to start scoring goals straight off the bat. I'm not giving him any leeway because there's no excuse for him. What's the excuse for him?
Listen, you're not going to give him like a game or two to bed in, like, and actually get playing with the players and mixing. You just want him to just score straight away. So if he doesn't score against Arsenal, but he comes on and assists a goal, you're going to have the
Well, again, if you contribute to a goal, that's fine. But you've got to at least come on and be good. You've got to come on and be good. You're 100 mil. I'm sorry, you don't get these. Like when Havertz and Werner came in, it was like, they're young, they're not used to the league, this, that, and the other. Is Lukaku young? No. Is he 100 mil?
I just feel like you're going to be on his case the whole season. As soon as he has one game,
I'm going to be on his case. Of course,
one game you're going to be on his case. Like that players are not going to always have great games. Every player.
I understand that, but you're 100 mil. Unfortunately, it's different. It's different for you. It just is different for you.
He's not trolling, mate. Trust me. This is David.
No, I'm
I know
telling
him well
you.
enough.
No, again. If you're when you look at your job, right? If someone gets brought in and is paid twice the amount of money that you are going to expect them to maybe not be twice as good, but you're going to expect them from day one to be better than you. Like, I don't see what the problem is here. You are £100 million striker. You have to come in from day one and be a serious.
What about this
player.
one, David? He's never played
Serious.
with any of the players, lad, is what James is saying. Is that not come into consideration?
No, it doesn't. Because everyone was telling me that all we need is someone who can come in and just put the balls in the back of the net. He'll get the chances. So if he gets the chances, well, the new players, what's your point?
Who's going to give him the ball though? You know, the players are on the pitch. So I think you guys should get at least 20, 30 minutes. It's not going to, maybe have it's 4 days of training.
I don't expect him to come on and his first touch be a goal. That's like, my point is that like, if for Arsenal, and then who have we got after? Arsenal and Liverpool. So if he comes in for Arsenal and Liverpool and looks awful, I'm going to be on his case.
The only reason David hates him so much, I'll
100
tell you why, is because he wanted Haaland so much that it's painful, that he knows it. I feel a bit painful.
Again. Obviously, I wanted Haaland because Haaland was a better option in many ways, but we don't need to get into that. But again, my point is,
well, some people say Lukaku's a better player than Haaland at this moment.
I think that's not.
This is what I've heard. I've heard that he offers more. He's played in this league before. He's at an age. He's experienced, unlike Haaland. Haaland's not experienced. There's a lot of things.
But Jem, you're literally explaining all my reasons for why he has to hit the ground running. He has to. I don't understand why that's such a negative thing to be.
Everyone's coming for you, bro, in the chat.
But if someone can tell me why, if you're £100 million, you deserve leeway, please explain that to me, because I don't understand.
I'm asking him now. Whoever wants to come on and challenge David.
Because when Timo Werner had 3 or 4 bad games last season, straight away everyone was on his case and he was half the price.
Exactly.
So if you're double the price, why can I not expect more from you?
I know what you're saying. I get it, but there's a lot of people in the chat. There's 100 and nearly 200 people here.
Because I'm not one of these Chelsea fans that's like, he's ex-youth and he's this and he's that, and he's bald and he's the shine and he's all of this. Like, because I'm not one of those fans who just buys into everything. Like, my thing is, he has to start. I don't understand why it's such a bad thing. Again, and the thing is, people are like, if Lukaku scores, I don't expect you to celebrate. Hang on a sec. But if I was a plastic fan, why would I not celebrate my own team scoring? You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both. Literally, you can't have it both ways. I'm sorry. If someone could explain to me why someone can be 100 mil and get leeway, please explain. Because I don't.
No, David, I actually understand you. I actually get what you're saying. He's 100 million player. He has to prove a point. But do you see him in the first game? He's just gone the pitch to already score a goal or get an assist. I don't see it, but I 100% agree that if he doesn't get the double digits.
If he comes in half like for 30 minutes against Arsenal, okay, let's say garbage time, we're winning 2-0, for example, and he doesn't get a goal. It's not the end of the world because that's different. If he starts the Arsenal game, looks awful for 60 minutes, then I'm gonna be like, okay, you've got one game, that's fine. But next game, you better be serious. If then he comes up against Liverpool and he's stinking up the gaff again, I am going to be on his case, without a doubt. Because
so imagine Neymar having
you're
bad
100
games. He's in the dead league and had a transfer fee of 220 million.
Yes, but I don't think Neymar was worth 220 mil. So my point. So again, the only player who's been over 100 mil who I think was remotely worth it was Mbappe. And right now, that's not even looking worth it because he might run down his contract and leave for free. So the whole sell-on thing doesn't exist anymore. So you won't like my logic isn't.
David.
I have an agenda. It's literally my logic will always follow.
I know what you're saying. But my question to you is, what is your expectations in terms of goals in the Premier League and in all competitions for Romelu Lukaku?
He has to get 20 to 25 Premier League goals, probably closer to 25. Even, do I give him pens? Do I give him the leeway? I'll give him the leeway of pens because it's his first season.
You think he's getting pens?
Leeway.
You think he's taking them
if he gets pens, then he should be. It should be really 25-30. Without pens, it should be 20-25. But he should be closer to. He should be aiming for 25. No, in Prem.
Prem or up?
In Prem. you're 100 mil. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
20 to
not
25.
bothered.
Yeah, definitely. needs
Yeah,
20.
I'd say anything between
all
18
comps-
and 20. That's
In
my
all
opinion.
comps, 30 to 35. I'm sorry, Jem. Patrick Bamford last season got 18 goals. He was not 100 mil.
Yes.
You can't have the same thing.
But
you
18
just
to
can't.
20 goals with Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, and everyone else contributing is enough to still challenge for a league, right?
Yeah, I agree. But again, I can't sit here with my chest and say that he can score the same number of goals as Patrick Bamford and be worth 100 mil. Like, I can't have it. He's got,
Right,
again, if he's not within 3 to 4 goals of the Golden Boot, I'm going to be asking questions.
Well, you've got
Because
Classic here.
you are 100 mil.
You've got
Oh,
Owen
boy.
from the Cop on here as well. How you doing, mate? You right?
Very well. I just, I come in peace. I'm a Liverpool fan. I come in peace, but I'm very interested to hear the Chelsea perspectives. And it's curious with David what he's saying. So it's just the price tag that means for sure that he definitely has to score X amount of goals. So it's interesting. I mean, I do get where he's coming from. I really do. But I think regardless, I think Lukaku's bound to get 20, 25 goals. I think he's a fabulous player, and you're very lucky to have him. But I just wonder if you guys think that's the final piece of the jigsaw to.
Yeah, no, I do hear that. But David, what do you feel about this? Because I know how much you love Lewandowski. Apparently, we were offered him for 80 million euros. But
I mean, hold on. Let me do quick conversions because I'm not sure how it converts over.
I think
I said personally, I wouldn't spend more than probably 50 million, 55 million pounds on Lewandowski because he's only probably got two and a half years left at max.
That's near it.
So I think it's close, but I think it's closer to 60, and I probably would have said no to that. But but again, for me, when it comes to like, oh no, it's almost 70 million pounds. That's a no. But for me, when I look at the order of strikers in terms of quality without price, for me, Kane is better than Lukaku. Haaland's better than Lukaku. Lewandowski's better than Lukaku. I might forget anyone.
David, man.
No, I don't think I'm forgetting anybody else. I'd give those three
David,
above.
you are trolling, to be honest. David, you
I'm not
are
trolling.
trolling.
And that's coming from Classic, David. That's coming from
Classic.
Listen, you're one of the biggest Werner supporter. You support him every time, and now you're telling me you're not going to give a time to Lukaku. It doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, no, because again, Werner didn't play in the league before, and Werner is half the price.
But David,
you're leaving those two factors out.
David, if Haaland comes in, right, he comes in for 175 million. How many goals would you expect from Haaland? He's never played in Prem. He's 21 years old. He's not experienced. How many goals will you expect to Haaland if he came in for 175 million?
Probably about 25 Premier League goals, 25, 30 Premier League goals. I think
so. We're saving 50 million.
Haaland for 200 million. So you would expect double what Lukaku would provide, right?
But I don't think he would have been 200.
I agree.
But I don't think he would have been 200 million pounds.
He would have been
150,
175.
Also, bear in mind with Haaland, you have the bonus of he has a sell on value. Lukaku at the end of this contract will.
We are not a selling club. We are not a selling club, by the way.
I know. I don't understand what your
David was twerking for Kane a couple of months ago. Now he has a problem with Lukaku being for 100 million.
Yeah, because Kane is proven to have scored the amount of goals that I have said.
But wait a sec, David. So based on your logic, quickly before you answer this, you're saying that he has to score around 20 to 25 goals more so in the Premier League. So based on your logic, he has to win the Golden Boot.
He has to be obviously if Kane goes and scores 25 and then he scores 23, I'm not going to be like, oh, how dare you? But he's got to be close to it. He's the most expensive striker in the Premier League. All of you are raving saying this guy is a top 5 world-class striker.
Well, not me.
So I don't think it's out of the question for me to say that you should be close to winning a Golden Boot.
Is he not top 5?
I think he is top 5. That's why I'm saying he's got to be scoring this amount of goals. He's got to be in the conversation.
Yeah, but that's double standard because listen, I'm one of the biggest Werner supporter, but I never judge him for goals. So now you're coming on the stream and saying you're going to judge Lukaku for how many goals he scores. How can you do that? Trust me.
Classic. David had a good point on this one. David.
Because again, everyone told me last year. No, sorry, everyone's told me this year that Lukaku is the finisher and he's a striker that we need to win this league. Okay,
The fan base, not Tuchel. That's the fan base, right? Fan base have a lot of opinions. So
yeah, but again, this is my point. Tuchel's not trying to beef me, is he? It's all the fans that are trying to beef me. So I'm responding to the fans. So
I've got a question though.
Oh, okay. You answer your question.
So someone in the chat, they put a really interesting comment to say that Thierry Henry didn't score in his first 8 games for Arsenal. And of course, you know, Lukaku's coming back to Chelsea. But imagine if he doesn't score in the first, let's say, 6 games, will you be, you know, proverbially losing your shit or not?
No, I wouldn't be losing my shit. Obviously, it depends what happens. Like, if he's not scoring, but we're still winning, like, I'll be annoyed, but I won't be annoyed. If it's like he's missing sitters and we're losing and dropping points because of it, it's different. Obviously, it requires context. But if he hasn't scored in 6 or 7 games, I'm going to be sat here asking questions. Like, I have to. Only 8 other players in the history of football have been worth over this price. So I don't think it's unreasonable for me to say you've got to come in and hit the ground running. He's old enough. He knows the league. He's played against some of these players. He's like, I don't see what the problem is. I'm not saying he's got to come in and be Lionel Messi. That's what I'm asking for. I'm just asking for if everyone's telling me he's a world-class striker, I expect world-class performances.
Well, there you go. Because Abdi said, David, why is Haaland better than Lukaku? Did you not watch Lukaku spearhead his team to a Serie A title?
The answer is no, I didn't watch him, but I do watch Haaland pretty much every weekend.
So, yeah, he's a Dortmund fan.
Yeah.
Do you think Chelsea can use 2 strikers like Lukaku and Werner and to win the Champions League and Premier League? So can you tell me for that, dear friend?
I don't know. I think I said yesterday, I think they could actually be a really good partnership. It reminds me of when Werner played with Poulsen in Leipzig. So if Lukaku can be that guy I'll say this: if Lukaku comes in and scores, let's say 13 Premier League goals, but he helps Werner increase Werner's outputs, then it's different because he's then contributing in a different way. My point is that I really need to see a noted massive effect on this team. I need to see maybe not 100 mil, but I need to see a very high added value to the squad.
It's the immediacy that's the thing that's confusing me. I understand what you're saying, but how immediate you expect it to happen within 6 or 7 games? Because Lukaku's a kind of player who could possibly go 6 or 7 games without scoring and then get a brace in the next 5 or 6 games. You know, but it's like you're saying you would not have the patience for that.
I can't kick him out the
team.
Because
David don't like him. That's why.
Obviously, I'm just gonna. I'll just sit there and be like, well, he's not scored again. I don't know what to say. Again, it all requires context. If he's assisted 5 goals and it just hasn't fallen to him, it's different. But like again, if everyone's told me this is the guy, he's the finisher. This is what we need. Final jigsaw piece. We're favourites for the league. This, that, and the other. If you're saying all of this, I don't understand why it's unreasonable for me to say, oh, I think that it should be like you should have scored in your 6 or 7 games that you've played. Again, if he's played 6 or 7 games, but he's played half an hour in them, he hasn't really got into the game, it's different. If he started 5 of them, I expect to at least have a goal. My thing with it is that, again, I don't think that we're as close to the league as everybody else is. I'm not the highest on Koundé and Lukaku and so on. So for me personally, if no one was talking to me, I would say it's okay if Lukaku in his first season got 18 goals, personally. But I've had such a massive backlash from everyone saying, when I said, oh, I don't think our team's this good, I don't think we're going to win the league, this, that, and the other, when we have Hasek fan and so on. So I'm like, fine, let's play by your rules. If we're this good and Koundé and Lukaku coming in are going to make us this much better, then I expect this. That's my point.
So do you expect Chelsea to win the league? I ain't asked you this yet. Do you expect
no,
Chelsea
I don't think we will. I think we're third favourites. I think City.
Third.
I think City far and away are favourites. And I think
What are they just
even though
favourites
it's-
without Harry Kane or with Harry Kane? What are you saying?
no,
there?
even without Harry Kane, I still think
Okay, I
they're
said the
favourites.
same as well. Yeah, so I
And
agree with
then
that.
City, and then United, it's very close, but I would just edge it to United.
Why?
Simply because I think that they've improved their first 11 like drastically, going from a Lindelof to a Varane and Dan James to Sancho. That is like such a massive upgrade to your first 11, where that's actually where your points like dramatically change. For me, that's such a massive upgrade. I think they've made a bigger upgrade than we have, and they finished above us already. So,
But
yeah,
they have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He does
yeah,
not win trophies at that club.
I don't run this Ollie's a PE teacher thing. I think Ollie's. I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he's world class. I think he's good enough though. So yeah.
All right, David. Well, you kind of explained, and I get what you're saying. I do. I really do get what you're saying. A lot of people in the chat don't, because Cam's here saying, "David, you're a fraud already." So Cam calling you out. Do you know why? Because the chat just tagged a comment from the one about Robert Lewandowski, and I just told them that you're here. So that's why they're probably saying, "Oh, he's going to be going on about these propaganda and stuff like that." But yeah, look, I get it. I mean, look. Lukaku has to score goals. The reason we spent all the money that we did is that for him to do that, right? Because one thing we struggled with last year was goals. So he has been brought in to mainly do that. I know some people saying, yeah, but he's going to be, his assist is important. For me, it's not that much. For me, it's just putting the ball in the back of the net in the low block games where we need to score goals, and I think he will do that. I mean, we've got 200 people here still now. Smash the like button, guys. Let's try and get to 150 likes. Let's try and do that. And we're 14 away from 2.1k subscribers. We could easily do that right now. If all of you guys subscribe and hit the bell notification button below as well, would be massively appreciated. Cam saying Chelsea have the best midfield in the Prem, but you're correct on Ollie, is what he's saying, which is true. I agree.
I've got some stats for Lukaku. Do you know how many times, if I ask you a question, how many times do you think he scored more than 20 Premier League goals if you discount penalty kicks, or even including penalty kicks, excuse me? How many times?
If you discount them, actually, because he might not be taking them for Chelsea.
Well, okay, but actually it's the same answer. How many times do you think he's got more than 20 goals in his career in the Premier League?
I think it was once at Everton. I think that's what it is. I think it was once at Everton that he got like 24, I want to say, or 23.
You're absolutely right. Very good, David. Yeah, 24 goals and 6 assists that season. Last season for Inter, he got 24 goals, but 6 of them were penalties. So 18 goals and 11 assists. He's very effective. I wouldn't worry too much about Lukaku, even if he gets 18 goals for you this season. I mean, it's still a big improvement, isn't it, on 7?
Again, it's a big improvement. I agree, but again, I'm being told top 5 world class striker in the world.
No, but that you're saying being told. You know that though.
I think he is, but I don't think he's going to close the gap as much as people think he is. But again, everyone's saying world class, this, that, and the other. All we need is a finisher. So I don't think it's unreasonable. And people are saying like, "Oh, if we had a normal striker." Yeah, no, I was literally about to say that.
I was thinking the same thing too.
Of a teacher. Reminds you of a
man.
teacher.
I'm rubbish at maths, but I am a teacher. But there you go.
Are you a teacher?
I'm an English teacher. I teach English to footballers in Paris, and I teach English to lots of people who work in football. Yeah.
Oh, do you? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Definitely
Maybe you could share it with us sometime. That'd be interesting.
But yeah, no, I don't. Again, that was back then though. He's old. I'd argue that he's older, therefore he should be better. And also, I think this is probably the best team. He's older than he's older than he was when he was at Everton. That's just fact. I think he scored 24 last year for Inter, and he's probably going to play in the best team he's ever played in. So why should I not expect more goals?
Fair enough. No, I hear that. We've got Dree. Is it Dree Connor here? He's on mute though. What do you want to say, mate? You mute yourself again. Unmute. That's it.
Yeah. I want to find out if David will still say the same thing if we signed Haaland. What would be his view? Would you have said the same thing?
Well, I would have had high expectations of him because I think he's a fantastic player. The only difference between Lukaku and Haaland is that Haaland's younger. So I might have given him a bit more leeway. But if he was 150 mil, I would expect big things from him.
But
Fair enough.
don't you think Lukaku also needs preseason?
He's had preseason.
But no with Chelsea.
I think when you're £100 million striker, you don't get that same the same leeway.
Yeah. David, and everyone actually, let's ask everyone this question. Player of the year for Chelsea. Who are we going with as it starts tomorrow? Let's go with Matt. Go on, Matt.
I could definitely see Ziyech if he comes back. No, if not Ziyech, probably Lukaku or Havertz. Havertz is going to be fantastic.
Owen, I know you're a Liverpool fan, and that's quite painful, but Chelsea player of the year.
No, it's a really interesting question. Thank you for involving me in this chat. I would say Mason Mount. He's a fabulous talent, and I think he's going to kick some butt this season. Mason Mount for you, unfortunately. I still think Liverpool are favourites for the league, by the way, but we'll get onto that maybe.
All right, fair enough. David, you heard it. Mason Mount, player of the year. What are you saying, mate?
I think it's going to be Havertz personally. I think he's going to have a really big season. He's going to kick on from his Champions League goal and carry on that form. So, yeah.
Havertz, did you say? Okay, fair enough. I can't question you on that one. Fator, what are you saying?
I would go for Kante if he's fully healthy the whole season. But at the moment, Kai Havertz could be the one that's going to be the player of the season contender.
Klasip is going to say Timo Werner, isn't he? Go on, Klasip. Who are you going with?
I'm not going to say Timo Werner because obviously Lukaku has arrived and he's going to score more goals than Werner. So, and obviously our fan base is not a big fan of Werner. So I'm actually going to give it to Lukaku or Jorginho.
Lukaku or Jorginho. Okay, fair enough. What about yourself, mate? I always get your name mixed up because I can't even say it properly. Is it Drius? Is it Dricos? I can't even pronounce his name.
I think Lukaku.
Lukaku,
I think you get 30 plus goals. Yeah.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Collins, player of the year.
Yeah, I'm looking at Werner this season.
Werner?
Yeah. He's going to have a good season.
Man.
Fatter loves that. I know he loves that. What about yourself, Subesh?
Mate, I think Kai Havertz. I expect big things from him this season.
Okay, fair enough. And what do you expect? And Subesh, are you a fan of Lukaku?
I'm a bigger fan of Haaland, but I don't mind Lukaku at all.
Okay, cool. That's fair enough. I know Collins is not a big fan of Lukaku. Are you, Collins?
For me, I was watching David yesterday when Lukaku was announced. I was watching David do what he was talking. For me, Lukaku is a good player. Lukaku you saw maybe 10 years ago is not Lukaku now. And if you watch what the coach is talking about, you now find out that Lukaku is what the club really want. For me, Tuchel was the guy that I wanted from Chelsea right from when he left Dortmund. So if Tuchel find out that Lukaku is the best person for him, I go with Tuchel, you understand, because he knows much better than me. You understand? He's the coach, so he won Champions League and the Super Cup. So if him as the coach wants Lukaku to do the job for him, I wanted Holland, but if the coach and the staff want Lukaku, I go with that. Whatever Tuchel wants, at least I go with that. You understand? So for me, I think Lukaku goes to do amazing things because with the way Chelsea play these days, with the kind of people we have, like people like Harvard, people like Mount, people like Pulisic, Werner, Zier, all those people can just run around. So I think he's going to he's going to do well in Chelsea this season. Trust me.
I hear you. David, do you rate Mason Mount?
Oh my God.
I think he's good. Don't think he's good as everyone says he is, but I think he's got massive potential. So,
David, by now you should accept Mount because he has proved you wrong so many ways.
How has he proved me wrong? How has he proved me wrong?
Last season, he won Chelsea best player of this season. Best player. I think by now you should at least get over it. Just get over it. I will
get over it, David.
Why was he the best player? Because for half the
he's
season,
the best player last season.
Let me explain. So for half the season, he had Lampard, and he was the only one by the end who was even playing for Lampard because they all hated him. So for that half of the season, he was the best. Then when Tuchel came in, I'd very much argue he wasn't the best, but he was still very good. So for the whole season,
He was the best. He went to.
so for the
He
whole
was
season,
doing.
he was the
He was
best.
doing
However,
everything right last season.
I don't think he's the best player at Chelsea.
Who would you say
Last
was the
season,
best
I
player?
think, who is the best player last season apart from Mount?
No, again, last season, I agree. Mason Mount was the best player for the whole season,
Good.
but I don't think he's the best player at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Who's the best player at Chelsea?
Probably Lukaku now, to be honest. Oh, well, actually, no. Kante. Kante is first. Then probably Lukaku.
I agree.
Then
No, for me, no, I'm not talking about when it comes to the best player in Chelsea. What I'm talking, you can't compare Conte and the Conte is ahead of Mount, but what I'm talking about as in last season, because for me, the best player in Chelsea, for me, if you ask Cody, I would say Kovacic. I like Kovacic more than any other player in Chelsea, but for me, you have to accept it when somebody, if you watch what the guy did last season, for me, even I couldn't even believe it, but he proved me wrong, so I have to accept it. So I just want you to accept it because everybody we got
Accept it,
things
David.
wrong,
but
Accept
we
again,
it.
just got some things
what I
wrong.
said about Mount was true though. I said when Tuchel came in, he'll probably play a bit less minutes. However, I think Tuchel will improve him as a player. I think Mason Mount was at his best.
He didn't play
in the
less minutes, though,
second-
did he?
No,
Played more minutes.
slightly. He's played less minutes, like
He
percentage.
played most games, though, didn't he? Wasn't
No,
like
he played
Yeah, he
most
played
games,
me.
but I said he percentage-wise he will play less minutes, and he did. However, because Tuchel likes to rotate, Mason Mount didn't play every game. Under Lampard, don't get it
doesn't want him
twisted,
to.
he literally played every game. Under Tuchel, he was rested for some games. He was literally rested in the first game. He didn't play, so I was right there, and I said that he will become a better player. My thing with Mason is that I want to see him contribute more from open play because it's great to be good on set pieces, but I want to see more from open play. I started to see more from open play, but again, everyone's going to be like, "Well, he created the most chances last season." Yes, because he was on pretty much every freaking corner. When you look at 90% of teams, their top creator tends to be the person on free kick and corner because naturally you'll create more chances because you've got more of the ball in attacking situations. So
David,
my
Mount
point is,
or
I want to
Foden?
see. Oh, Foden! I just want to see more
For me,
play.
David, let me tell you something. It comes to Mount
David
and
just said
Foden.
Foden.
Now, one thing about
Havertz or
Mount is that
Foden?
Mount is somebody that don't do all these flashy things that people do, maybe social media or those kind of stuff. The guy, he believes in football. He loves football. That is what the guy is all about. If Mount is kind of Rashford or maybe Sancho or Foden, people will be like carrying him along. But for me, I like the way even most of the Chelsea guys. That is why I don't like
But
Abraham.
Collins, man, you just how does social media depict how you play on the field? I don't get Collins. I don't know why you're waffling.
David,
Social media
Havertz
does not
or
depict on the
Foden?
field.
Havertz.
Huh?
So wait a sec. So then that's how I know it's an agenda thing.
No, because I think Havertz is better than Mount.
So you think Havertz is better than Mount and Foden
That
together?
is not true. How is not actually better than Mount? Listen,
Again,
Mount
it's an
has
opinion.
more
So
off the ball features.
Clark, stop stinking up the place, man.
like legit, it's an
Go on,
opinion.
then.
I don't have problems with people saying that Mount is better than Havertz. Like I don't have a problem with it. Just for me personally, again, I watch a lot of German football, so I've seen Havertz for a long time, so I know what he's about. So
David,
again,
I watch German league too. For me, Harvard is a better player when it comes to person that is going to become a superstar. That is going to become a superstar than Mount. But what I'm talking about, I'm not comparing two of them. But what I'm saying, Mounts have done something this season, as in last season, that you have to accept it. That okay, this guy is good. You understand? He's good. Maybe he have done something. I have to
I never
accept
said he was bad.
I get David that Havertz is technically a better player than Mason Mount, but I'm just trying to say in our team, who's more suitable, Mount or Havertz? Like that was my point.
Yeah, but who do you think's more creative though, Placer?
Mm-hmm.
Mount is statistically
At this
more
moment, I think
creative than
we have
Havertz.
Lukaku, we have got Werner, so Mount is more
We
suitable.
don't have that much creativity in our forward line, really. When you think about it, Mason, they don't do it enough. Mason Mount, Ziyech should be doing it.
Remember yesterday's game against Villarreal? That was Mason Mount's first game. Mason Mount didn't have anything. didn't have any preseason.
No, but I'm just saying in general, we don't create that much from them players, really.
I don't
you
think
know,
I
it
don't think
depends on our wing.
either of them aren't good enough to be a sole creator. You're gonna need somebody else there.
I agree.
They're both ideally you're gonna need Werner or you might see both of them play. That's what's gonna have to happen because neither of them are that creative enough to do it on their own.
David has very unique point of views. Actually, I love listening to this guy, and because I'm not gonna lie, but he's actually right because imagine if Lukaku doesn't score, right? He's not able to score, and Werner is not playing. The fan base would turn against Mount and Havertz, right?
Well, no, they'll
In
turn
a
on
way, or
Havertz.
Kovacic.
They won't. No
I
one.
mean,
No Chelsea fans turning on Mason Mount. I'm the only
Yeah,
one.
not anymore.
Colin was
That
saying
will never happen.
Kovacic would be probably player of the year. I think fan base would turn against Kovacic also because when Mount and House doesn't perform, Kovacic is the guy they go after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, one thing about let me tell you the difference between we that watch Chelsea from distance and people that goes to the stadium to watch Chelsea. I think that we that watch Chelsea from distance understand the club more than people that went to the stadium to watch it because we see it in a different way. So when it comes to for me, I never one day criticize any Chelsea. So far as you're a Chelsea player, I'm good with you. I don't because my work is to support you. I will do everything possible to make you to support you. Then when the club said we don't need you anymore, I'm cool with that. But in terms of so far as you're a Chelsea player, my work is to make sure I support you in any way I can because I want you to be successful. Because if you are successful, my club is successful. So I don't criticize any Chelsea player. I just try to bring them, make sure they survive. So anywhere I can contribute the club because my way to contribute is to make sure I support the club and support the player. So if they think anywhere I know I can support the club, I will do that. So I don't criticize Chelsea player anyhow. I don't do that.
I hear that. David, if Chelsea don't win this season, is in your opinion, whose fault would it be? The manager?
It again requires context. If we get to the final in 3 competitions and we lose, and like someone's been missing sitters, then I'm going to call that person out. If we just perform badly and we don't make top 4, I'm going to blame it on Tuchel.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
And on that note, I am going to finish because I have got work to do. Looked at the time, I was like, crap, it's only 3 o'clock. Guys, listen, we are 12 away from 2.1k subscribers. So if you're new to GNA TV, please make sure you subscribe. There's a lot of people from Malaysia. Big up to them. LA, someone's in LA at 6:54 there listening to the show as well. Big up to Mr. HD for doing that as well. Appreciate that massively here. So please make sure you subscribe. So let's get to the 2.1k. Let's get to 150 likes. I think we're only 2 likes away from doing that as well. And like I said, we will continue to bring you guys streams as we go through the season. We've got match reaction, player rating shows, and other news shows that won't just be me seeing me. There'll be other individuals getting involved, people that you see last year from the GNA community doing that as well. But guys, all of you, thank you. Every single one of you for coming on. David, thank you.
Thank you so much. David, I want you to keep tackling Kyle, the guy in Arsenal, the guy that always supports Arsenal. And I love the way you talk to that guy. I just want you to keep doing that because I don't like the guy. He talks something I don't like. So keep doing that. I don't like that, to be honest.
Thank you very much, Collins. Thank you very much.
I feel like everyone likes me except when I talk about Chelsea.
Yeah. When you talk about your own club, you're a bit of the opposite, but you know what it is. We move, David. We're going to win the league, David, aren't we? Come on, say it.
Kai Havertz is the best on earth. Silky Summers. Whoa, wait. He won Chelsea the Champions League. Oh, Roman, you know how much work.
And on that note,
that is a list.
Peace out.
VIP, stay low key. Like Bando, bitch, I please, yeah. Brand new whip, no keys, yeah. Get down on knees, yeah.